Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I'm going to try something a little different. Well, not really. It's kind of combining two different things that I've done before. One is spinning and pouring paint on the spinner, and one is pouring through a sink strainer plug. Now, something you might notice if you've ever seen one of these sink strainer plugs before, I have been tutuing. Normally it would be up that way, maybe that, yeah, that way, with a rubber seal in there that then pushes down into the plug hole and seals. And normally this bit would be underneath to sit down into the hole, but I've reversed it. Why have I done that? One, I thought, well, may as well use this to keep the paint around the outside and not flowing into the middle. And two, the top bit has a big enough piece for some blue tack, or whatever you guys call it, wherever you are in the world. It's just like tacky stuff. Anyway, what am I doing? I'm doing a record. How unusual for me. Now, one of the things that you will know if you've watched my videos very much, but you may not know if this is your first time here, welcome if you are, it is I always put a piece of sticky tape, parcel sticky, you know, that stuff, over the hole just to block off so that the paint doesn't go pouring through the hole. And I also pre-paint the label, and most of the time that is enough to what's that word, most of the time that this is enough to seal in the color of the label so it doesn't come through into the painting. Now the next job, so this is a kid's pottery wheel and it's battery operated. It's got a little switch on the side with two settings, and normally I use the big setting, the big heavy fast one, and I've just got a couple of bits of wood here as packers to lift it up off the ridge, and I've just got loops of tape, and then I use that little centered place mark on there and try and see it through the hole. Oops, not very good. There it is. And push down nice and firmly. Dee-dee! Alright, so before actually no, I'm going to put that on there first. And I've just that blue tack into the hole and we'll leave it there. So now the next step in our process is to, do we want black or white? We had black in the last one and the white. I'm actually going to go with white base on this one. There we go. We've got a new plan of attack. That's why I just realized. What I haven't done with this experimenting, for those of you that have watched my last few videos, I have been using a new method of a new pouring medium. It's a mixture of 2 parts Floetrol, 2 parts water and 1 part PVA glue. Mix that up, and then I mix that 50-50 with my tube paint. I use Reeves Fine Artist Acrylic because I find it cost effective. And yeah, so this is the plan. The plan is to pour some white on here with it spinning so that it can cover the record, and then come back and pour colours into here and see what gets created. So first of all, I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully. What's going on? Come on. There we go. I'm going to put it on fast so that it can spin this white out nicely. There we go. The joy of this method is you get it all over yourself, turning the thing on and off. But you also get a beautiful, pristine finish on your white. Yay! Let's put that down over there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a layered pour. Is that what I'm going to do? That felt really heavy when I said that. I'm going to do a dirty pour. A dirty girl pour. No, yeah, I'm already dirty. See, look, that was not meant in the manner it sounded. So what colours am I using today? I am using deep turquoise. I am using titanium white and viridian hue. And I am going to layer those into my pot. I thought I said I was going to do a dirty pour, but that's not what I'm doing. Let's see what happens. Now these are quite thick paints. They've been sitting for a while. But the blue and the green both have silicone in it. So they've been mixed 50-50 and then watered down some more, and then they've sat for a day and I haven't added anything else. So I'm going to start it up and I'm going to just pour in one spot. So this is going to spin and we're going to end up pouring in the same spot as it's, and it will turn for me. And hopefully this is runny enough to actually go through the strainer and start creating some sort of coverage. Well, we're getting something coming out. Can you see it? Just push some more paint down here. Alright, I'm going to stop that. Ooh, that's looking cool. Take off our our centerpiece. Come on, Blue Tack, out you come. Now, here we have a problem. How does it get better than this? One good thing is the Blue Tack's not covered in paint. That's a good start. We can reuse that. I've got a spot here that's got absolutely no paint. You know what? I'm going to leave that bit of Blue Tack in there. Yours are my secret. This clock's got Blue Tack in it. Well, if it's turned into a clock, that bit's going to be dug out anyway. I'm just... don't do that. Don't drop bits in there, Michelle. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get some of this paint so that it's all the same. If it'll come out, use my finger again. Just a couple more drops. There we go. That fills that in a bit. And then I'm going to put a blob of white in the center and turn it on fast. That's not enough white. It's not going anywhere. I like this, and I like this. I'm not sure I like the two of them together. All right. Eek, what's that? Not supposed to be there, that's what that is. Alright, so I've got a majority of white on this side, and hopefully it's going to spin out like this side has. And push the rest of it out. This is cool. This looks like, what are those things called? Power shell. Power is a type of sea shell in New Zealand. That's very cool. I'm not excited about it, guys. What's required to make me excited? If in doubt, put more paint on. Dun, dun, dun. All right. We're gonna turn that on. Yay! That looks cooler. I like that one now. That looks funky. If in doubt, pour it out. That means keep pouring until it works, not tip it down the drain. I like that. I like it a lot. So I'm going to stop. Stop right there. Bum, 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 before you go any further. Use your blowtorch. And I haven't been shopping yet. And I haven't got this to work yet either. Oh dear. So somehow I'm going to have to torch it from a distance with my box in the way. Both the green and blue have got silicone in them. That hasn't done much, but it has done a little bit. It's added a little bit of texture just through some of these points. But it's also popped any air bubbles and stuff like that. So, I'm going to get you down. I'm sounding really pommy right now. That's really funny. I'm going to get you down and give you a close-up. Here she blows. See, this is what I meant by a little bit of texture. Just a few little bits. That one actually almost looks like it's gone right down to the record, but that's okay. Look at all these lines, they're so pretty. Got a bit more texture coming in on this one. I like it. I like it a lot. It's definitely a clock. And it's definitely cool. So there you go, guys. That's what I created today. And that's the shot that's going on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram if you want to see these things at the time they're happening rather than when they're dry. You get to see photos as they happen. So I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what happens when it dries. In 3, 2, 1. And as per quite normal with my paints, unless I throw something at them, it's dried in exactly the same shape. And this one has very little incursions, as they say in the crystal world. There's a slight little bitty bit there, but totally nothing to worry about once it's been varnished. And the label has stayed down on this one, which I'm super pleased about. That was really concerning me, but this one I think is maybe not. So I really like it. It has come out beautiful. It's looks like looking down into a pool and a rock's just been thrown in, and it'll. I'm happy girl. I like it a lot. So this paint is definitely working out with the PVA and Floetrol and water mix. So once again, for those of you just joining, that was 2 parts Floetrol, 2 parts water, and 1 part PVA glue, and then 50-50 with tube paint, and then a little bit more water added just to thin it down a little bit. But it was a good mix, I think, personally. And it seems to be drying really well. It's not cracking, and yeah, I like it. I like it like that. So I think I might carry on using that mix for a while and see if it continues to prove itself happy chappies. And so what about you? What recipe do you use? Pop it in the comments. Let us know. Especially if you use just a straight PVA and water and paint mix, then please let us know what sort of ratios you use. But you also need to let us know what paint you're using that with. You know, that's why I'm always very clear that I'm using the Reeves tube paint. Craft paint is a lot runnier to start with. You need a lot less medium to get it up to a runny consistency. So if you're going to share a recipe, please share it with clarity about how you use it, like which paints you use it with and stuff like that. So yeah, what else is possible? What else can I do with these colors? Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like these colors, and I'll have to wait for another couple of weeks for it to really cure the paint, so it's nice and dry and not water affected, and then I'll clean them off and varnish them. And quite honestly, if you let me just do that, actually it's not enough water to cause a problem, but when you add varnish, it just pops those colors back out again, back to sort of the loveliness that they were when they were wet. So if you're concerned about your paints when they dry, they go a bit dull, if you use a gloss varnish on them, they will pop back out beautifully and be no problem at all. So as always, this one is for sale. If anybody wants to pop their hand up and say, I have that. They're really easy to turn into a clock, or just hang them on the wall using a plate display or something like that. So let me know. First in, first served, as normal. And once it says sold in the title on the video, then that offer is off the table. Alright guys, I adore you all, and how much fun can you have playing with paint, playing with recipes, and playing with life. How much fun can you add to your life and living that you haven't been choosing up until now? What else can be fun for you outside of the painting? And how much more joy can you have in your life? I adore you all. Have fun. Bye-bye.